Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, I just wanted to go through the new restricted access event. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I just wanted to test a few things before I got into it. And I know a lot of people are having issues with it. Specifically, the one I see the most is the the one monster level of it. And this is pretty much my Ice Knight that I managed to do it with. Obviously, he's got very decent glyphs. They're not my best glyphs, but they don't have the best substats, but they are all purples with decent, with like not the worst subs, like a bit of speed, some HP and defense. These were just spare ones that I sent myself Crystal Broke, just powering up just to try and test a few things out. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit better news on the Ice Knight front. I was hoping that he would be able to do it a bit easier. The problem with it is that the Earth Vampire has the 2-turn drain on his third skill, and he's also got the drain tied to his first skill, and the drains ignore the shield of the Ice Knight, which make it very difficult for him to do everything else. He does it very easy through the waves, but it's just the boss that's the trouble. I'll leave the Ice Knight running in the corner just to show you. Just full disclosure, it's not that easy to do. It did take me about, I cleared it the first time I tried. Then I tried to do it another time to record it, and it actually took me 5 more tries to clear it again. So this is sort of that base level of the Ice Knight, but I just wanted to go through some other units that I don't have 5 stars, so I couldn't test it properly. But if you have it, they're going to be mainly healers, the ones that I'm going to go through, just to give you an idea of some other units that I think will be able to do it. Obviously, a lot of people have found out, and so before I go into this, I'll talk a bit more about the event after I go through this. For people that are lower level, less than 50, it's very hard less than 50 because your staff plays a big role in this as well. But yeah, I'll go through the event and just my thoughts on the sort of the difficulties and all that sort of thing. But yeah, other ones that you might be able to do it with. A lot of people are finding success with the Water Tree. I won't go through the Nat 4s because I did it with my my Wind Death Knight. He's still a great solo unit, and I didn't even notice until I saw a lot of complaints coming out. So yeah, the next one I actually tried. I probably did about 15 runs with my Fire Nymph with these glyphs. I just struggled in the waves with the water silverbacks, killing her with the armor break. Something massive in the dungeon is resistance. If you can get up towards that 100 resistance, it makes it a lot easier. But I really think that she has the kit that would make her very very viable to be able to do it with decent glyphs. I feel like even with these glyphs, if she was 5-starred, she'd probably be able to do it just with those extra stats. Because once she gets to the boss, she's got the resistance increase, and she's also got the heal with the elemental advantage, which she has anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, with this sort of thing, the idea is just survive and let your staff do the damage, and that's why I feel like a few healers will be able to do it. I even think a well-glyphed druid, fire druid, would be able to do it as well. She's got that immunity, defense buff, she's got the heal, and then on the first skill, she's going to either have the speed buff or the self-heal, which all contribute. And once again, they're going to need really good stats, really good glyphs, but that's just another option. This is just for, if you just hopefully give some people who are pretty close to it just an idea of some other units that they could use. Other ones include the Fire Tree. I haven't even got mine built, so I think the Fire Tree, some people have found that useful for doing it too. Even just things with sustain, even this Bright Fawn. I know it's, I didn't have any crystals left to pair up some glyphs and test it, but I know it's a wind attribute, which is weak against the boss, the vampire. But the self-defense buff and a heal on a 2-turn cooldown, combined with a self-heal on the first skill, when it's all about just surviving and getting through it and letting your staff do the damage, I feel like this could actually probably do it. Like I said, I haven't tried this, but yeah, I feel like that could be a possible unit. And then yeah, just whatever you have. Even the Water Druid sounds like another good one. It has 2 heals. One of them has a defense buff, and the first skill can either be that speed buff or a self-heal. So look at sustain more when you're looking at this than anything else. The next thing, I might just go into it, and my staff build is the next one. For the Ice Knight to do it, this was the only way I could manage to do it with this exact staff build. So the idea being, you get the first one for damage. It's more important than speed buff because you really want to get things killed in the waves. The next one is the shelter. Shelter's just nice. Then staff speed, because you want to be using it as much as possible on the boss stage to be getting the next one, which is the poison mail, and the last one, which is the regenerate. Those are the two key things in this Ice Knight build to get through it. And then obviously the other one's there for the extra damage as well for the waves. But it does take some luck to get a couple poison mail procs, a couple heal procs, and that's what allows the Ice Knight to get through it. Because like I said, he does get the drain pretty hard from the boss because it ignores the shield. But when I was testing with my my fire nymph and stuff like that, I was doing more of just a full damage build with the poison on the Chimera, just to get as much damage as I could out to the boss. Like I said, I didn't actually get to the boss because she just didn't have the glyphs. She wasn't 5-star, but I do think that those self-sustainable healer type monsters will be the way to go. So what I'll do is I'll go into it and then I'll talk a bit about the rewards and it's just some thoughts on it, because I know a lot of people are saying it's a pay to win feature, like it's a terrible event. The thing with these events is the rewards aren't that amazing, so if you can't do it, I just wouldn't stress too hard about it. For me in this game, well, for all mobile RPGs and games of this sort with the auto farm feature, that's why I love these games, because I can play them without being fully attentive. And for me especially, I don't have much time to actually sit down and play it manually. Most of the time I actually have a chance to play. It's testing out new units, building ideas for videos and things like that. So for me, I've only actually done the one monster one because that's what I saw most people were having issues with. So I thought I'd test it for a long time. So I've spent well and truly over the more seals than the rewards I'll get from completing the whole event. But I just wanted to test it and see how it went. But yeah, with these sorts of things, if you can't do it, I wouldn't stress too much about it. Like I said, the rewards are nice if you can get them. Do whatever rewards you can get, even if all you can do is the 35 clears from doing level 1. I still think it ends up being enough to be beneficial with the crystals and the seals you get. Preferably if you can do level 2 and 3 as well. But the big thing for me, like I was saying, is that I don't have the time to put into manual. So I haven't done the 2 or 3 monster stage yet. And I've tried a couple on auto and failed. And because of that reason that I said that I don't have much time, I'm not going to waste too much time trying to slowly manual it, because like I said, I like to be doing other stuff with my time. The same goes for me with Tower of Trials. I can clear the advanced Tower of Trials fairly easily. Most of it on auto, maybe 1 or 2 levels on manual, so I don't mind doing that. But for the Nightmare mode, I'll just basically go up until I find a couple. Once I have to manual more than 2 or 3 levels in a row, I basically stop unless I find myself having a lot of free time. I won't go back to it, just because, like I said, I like to be more efficient with my time, and I'd rather be farming glyphs, which I find are more important for the game, rather than doing that sort of content. So once we get here, once I get through this bird with the Ice Knight, I'll manual the boss and just show you the kind of thing. Full disclosure, this will probably be a fail because you do need some good RNG, but I just wanted to show you guys this and just some ideas about the process of it. Another good thing, especially if you're using healers when you don't have the same sort of damage, is to save your staff swings for the first round of a wave. If you're on a full damage build, it should one-shot 1 or 2 units. So mine does have that extra one that's a speed, so it doesn't quite do it like that. So here we go, we'll jump in. And so what I want to do here is, I haven't taken that much damage, but I do want to get a poison mail. So I'm going to use my staff and see what we get. So I've got the poison mail and the regenerate. So now I'm just going to tack into this. Another thing is that the taunt last time I saw was working. Okay, they fixed it. It had been working as a horrify. Not a horrify, sorry, a madness, where it would force you to attack yourself, but it's not anymore, which is good. So here we go. And we'll just slowly work our way through him. And wouldn't you know, the game freezes up. Alright, I'll let it through. There we go. And now I just want to keep using that staff, hope for the heals, hope for the poison mails, just to get that damage and survivability in. And then it's, oops, that one, because he had his invincibility, I shouldn't have used his second skill because that was just wasted damage. Yeah, there you go. That was a weird one there. See how I had to attack myself? I don't know what's causing that, but now here, this one, I'll use my staff again to try and get the poison mail up. Beautiful. And now I'll just auto attack because I want to save my damage for when he doesn't have invincibility. Do that, get the bigger heal, all that sort of thing. Hope for a few poison procs, which is always nice. And then this is where the speed of the staff comes in very, very handy. Just to get those extra turns of it, to get that heal or the poison mail, because the poison mail does do really good damage for the boss compared to what the Ice Knight can do since his nerf. So, and like I said, I know, see this, I'm taunted. I can't use either of my abilities. I'll hit auto, and that's weird. Okay, never mind that. I'm just talking here. All right, so here we go. There we go. I got the heal, so that pretty much saves this as a safe run. Now I can just auto the rest of the way, and I should be pretty fine. But yeah, I don't know why he keeps attacking himself. If anyone knows why he keeps attacking himself, put it in the comments. But that's the basic gist of the Ice Knight. I know that took a bit longer than you were probably hoping, and I was a bit more blabbering than I would have hoped, but that's just to show you how it sort of works with the Ice Knight. Obviously, once again, it's not for everyone. If you're below level 50, it's very hard, especially. And just do what you can, and then take the rewards. Like, when we look at the rewards, they're not too insane. You end up getting basically six summons and 2 purple chests from the keys and the chest from the final reward. So, like I said, they're handy if you can do it, but if you can't, just do what you can, do it efficiently, do it quickly, and then move on to whatever else is coming. I know we've got a glyph drop event coming up, and a crystal fund, which I believe says get you a legendary summon. So there's always something else to do, and glyph farming is always obviously top on my radar. Like I said, I'll skip Tower of Trials, trying to manual it to do my other stuff, and then while I can just sort of autopilot play with it in the background, I'm just going to be farming glyphs all the time. So I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but I just thought I'd put it out there, let you know, just do what you can. I still don't think it's a pay-to-win event. It's just if you're far enough into the game or not. But yeah, I hope this helps someone at least. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.